his report slowly. To the end of that report in the annexures, he will see a report from the KRA. And the rest is his opinion. He is free to debate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've gone to school properly. And on this report, when you look at page 24, Roman 1, it's clearly showing that the Kenya Revenue Authority, via letter dated 19th April 2022, submitted that the nominee was not tax compliant. It is very clear, it is simple English. And I know I've gone to school properly. I'm going as per the report. That is page 24, Roman number 1, as we move on, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, there's an extra. I'll come to that, but I'm reading at the report. This is what is here. You are the chair of the committee. This is what you have submitted, Mr. Speaker. That's why I'm saying I'm a good student. So I'm really going through your own submissions. And Mr. Speaker, the gentleman has been away also for the 25 years. We get concerned. Every Kenyan must be given an opportunity, yes. A gentleman who has been away for 25 years, as a matter of fact, he did not even find time, Mr. Speaker, to come and attend the interview or the vetting. We have so many Kenyans in this country, Mr. Speaker, who are even looking for jobs. People who are tax compliant, Mr. Speaker, and people of integrity who can do this job, as opposed to going to fish somebody from Washington or wherever he is, who is not even tax compliant. Mr. Speaker, secondly, when it comes to Dr. Cecilia, Mr. Speaker, Dr. Cecilia has very good academic credentials. He's been the head of HR in Kenya Bureau of Standards. But in her submissions, Mr. Speaker, she said clearly that in Kenya Bureau of Standards, there were these elements of corruption, whereby the unscrupulous business people in partnership with the people who work there. As an HR person, you are responsible for hiring and firing. She has not demonstrated any competence or any role she played in terms of finding out who was this facilitating corruption in Kenya Bureau of Standards with the business people, so that you can see that maybe she fired that person because she had the powers. She was the head of HR. This is a big problem in this country about fight against corruption. But I'm not convinced, Mr. Speaker, that the two nominees have what it takes to fight corruption against this country. I'm humbly requesting this House, Mr. Speaker, if we really want to continue the fight against corruption, to reject these two people, these two nominees, Mr. Speaker, so that we can get qualified Kenyans, Mr. Speaker, who can be able to do this work for purposes of helping this country to fight against corruption. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I oppose.
Member for Kilifi North.
Mr. Speaker, in line with our standing orders, I would like to raise the quorum issue. This House is not, does not have quorum, and I think we should not continue with this debate. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, just check, Sergeant at Arms, check for me. Very well. It is true there is no quorum. Can you ring the quorum bell? But you can't, Honorable and Buyer. Honorable and Buyer, you can't raise the issue of quorum and then walk out. Remember, honour members, the rules are that it's only the whips who are allowed to go out, to go and whip. Fine, Richard.
sasa we do things.
Agenda terms, those two members who are working, I think one of them must be the Honorable Rehema Jaldeza. That is never done that way, I think. We were almost getting the quorum. How do we have Jana agree that? Remember,
How can these people live?
Very well. Very well. Now we commence. Resume. Who was on the floor? Nobody? I give the floor to the Honorable Oundo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to contribute to this motion. Honorable Speaker, the issue, the fight against corruption, has and will remain the cornerstone that's going to save this country. This country has innumerable resources, but we have been unable to take off, so to speak, because of ethics and corruption issues. Honorable Speaker, before I make general comments on the matter, I want to draw the attention of the House, and I want to support the sentiment raised by the incoming governor, inshallah, as they say, Trans Nzoia. Honorable Speaker, in the report, it's very clear in respect of the nominee, Mr. John Ogallo. When you read page 20 of the report, it clearly says, KRA confirmed via the letter number dated 19th April 2022, that John Ogallo was non-compliant as 19th April 2022. Honorable Speaker, yes, there are attachments, annexes that have been provided here, and the report by Kenya Revenue Authority, the letter from Kenya Revenue Authority, dated 12th May 2022, is very clear as well, that we confirm that John Ogallo, of ID number and KRA PIN has settled the tax arrears in relation to monthly rental income by making payment of 108,500 by way of RTGS, dated 11th May, and applied for a payment plan, dated that, to clear the balance of 302. Honorable Speaker, what the import of that letter is that the nominee simply cleared the tax arrears because he wanted to attend the interview. Honorable Speaker, he had no intentions at all in his life to pay taxes, yet he received income in form of rental income. He misfiled deliberately, so to speak, and undeclared the income that was due to the country. Honorable Speaker, indeed this brings an integrity issue. How can we have somebody who is going to sit in an integrity-related committee and yet decline to pay taxes, only pay the taxes because he had been offered the job? In any sense, Honorable Speaker, it beats the logic. We are talking about ethics and corruption committee, and yet again the nominee we are proposing to nominate to sit in the committee has integrity issues. Failure to pay taxes, Honorable Speaker, might not be corruption, but it's an integrity issue. How, Honorable Speaker? It means just, common sense. How do we proceed, Honorable Speaker, in light of this arrangement? Honorable Speaker, we would then become a laughing stock. How can you send somebody who has got integrity issues to preside over integrity issues? Honorable Speaker, if the standing order allows, if the law allows, probably you could isolate and drop the name of Ogalo and proceed with the name of the other nominee. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, this gentleman was never lived in Kenya, who did not even have the courtesy of traveling back to Kenya to attend the committee meeting, attended by virtually. So, Honorable Speaker, we are creating another case like we have visited West Pokot, where the deputy governor has lived in the US all throughout 5 years, earning public funds, yet not working for the people of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, it has nothing to do with whether politics or not, but here these are core issues in respect of this matter. Honorable Speaker, the gentleman says he will come in May, 22nd May, to return to Kenya. That's only if he is assured the job will be given. Is he Kenyan enough? Honestly speaking, Honorable Speaker, is he Kenyan enough? Having been away for far too long, the only thing he knows about Kenya is through theory, reading literature, but doesn't have the hard facts about Kenya, does not even understand Kenya. If you live away for 20 years and so, surely, Honorable Speaker, you cannot purport to be able to understand the issues of integrity and everything. Honorable Speaker, this is not a good nominee. He's not a suitable nominee for the position that is being tabled here, Honorable Speaker. We must find a way, a mechanism, how we can isolate and drop that name so that whoever the appointing authority goes back and does further details, further research, and get us a person qualified enough, competent enough, and who understands the fight at hand so that that nominee can be allowed to go through. Second, Honorable Speaker, the other nominee, Cecil, again, Honorable Speaker, has got an impressive CV, but the blot is that when she was at KEBS, she did nothing to solve integrity issues at KEBS. But probably it could be a system problem. We can excuse her for that matter. But for this Ogalo guy, Honorable Speaker, I urge my members of this House and I urge members of the public that indeed this is a wrong nominee for that particular post. Honorable Speaker, the fight against corruption must be intensified. The fight, the friction between ESCC and the Office of the Office of the Prosecution is a matter that needs to be settled. And I hope the JLAC will find a way in the next parliament to solve that animosity, whereby the ESCC investigates, submits files, and if the Director of Public Prosecution does not prosecute for obvious reasons where here and there. Honorable Speaker, because of that, you find people who are so corrupt, people who have got integrity issues, are being cleared to have to hold public offices. They are going to come and sit here in this House, and obviously, Honorable Speaker, they will be the forefront to curtail or even slow down the fight against corruption. And that's why it is important, Honorable Speaker, that as a country, we must integrate integrity issues in our training system, in our education system, and it must be a value amongst the children, amongst the people of Kenya. We purport to be Christians. We purport to profess the Muslim faith. Yet it's very clear what is wrong and what is right. It beats the essence. Why do we wake up in the morning carrying the Bible, sitting solemnly in church, and then behind when we go back home or after church, we go and commit crimes? We steal public funds. We just simply do things that does not add up. Honorable Speaker, it's a matter that we need to address as a society. You go to many places, Honorable Speaker. The other day, Quarters of Parliament, I was in Singapore. Honorable Speaker, in Singapore, they have very few policemen. They don't have anti-corruption authority, simply because the culture of good manners, the culture of moral values has been calculated in the people to an extent that they do not need to be policed. But give a typical Kenyan, he's in a hurry, he's in a rush to make money. And that's why when the devolution came, they bat around the town that we devolved corruption into the villages and everywhere. Wherever you go nowadays, Honorable Speaker, you see village billionaires, you see village millionaires, so that now you find people, young people, no longer do not want to work, do not want to study. They simply know all you need to do to become an entrepreneur and you will make money. And that's why many of them, Honorable Speaker, are unable. They believe that you just sit there, things will drop from manna.
Yes,
that's why they're
carried,
yes.
Is a point of order?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is not my wish to interrupt Honorable Dr. Undo, but because he is repeating something that was already said and repeating it with authority, we need your guidance, Mr. Speaker. When one states as a matter of fact that a nominee is not tax compliant, it should be consistent with the documents. I have here Annexure 9, which bears a letter from KRA in respect of Mr. John Ogallo, dated 12th May 2022. And the ultimate paragraph says, therefore, we wish to advise the Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs that Mr. John Ogallo is now tax compliant, pending the determination of the private ruling. Mr. Speaker, this letter says, and is a subsequent document, that Mr. Ogallo is tax compliant. When a member then submits his views and states as a matter of fact that he is not tax compliant, and yet he's been certified by the body that should certify, is that in order? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Undo.
Honorable Speaker, the nominees, the names of the nominees were presented in this House on 12th April. I suppose I think committed to the committee on 12th April. The nominee got tax compliance on 19th or 12th May. 1 month or several months later, after applying for the job. The question we are asking, how do you fail to pay taxes and it becomes an integrity issue? You rush to go get compliance certificate, you pay even a quarter of the amount due, and then you claim to go sit on integrity committee. Honorable Speaker, morals, it has nothing to do with the law.
Well, I had you another 1 minute, which was taken by the...
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, it's a moral issue. It's an integrity issue. You refuse to pay taxes, you come to apply to become Speaker, hopefully next Parliament, and then when we say you don't comply, you are not pay taxes, you rush in the morning to go get tax compliance certificate, but because there's tyrant of numbers, in the afternoon we vote for you as Speaker. What kind of message are you sending to the people of Kenya? What message are you sending to the children? What are you saying, Honorable Speaker? Let's be serious with life once. Let Parliament be serious for once with this matter of integrity. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
But you gave the example of myself, Honorable Undo. That I rush and get obtain and come and get tyranny of numbers too. anyhow, you have your point of view, and the Honorable TJ Kajuang and Honorable Otiende have their own interpretations of the documents. I think let's just allow everybody to make their contribution. Honorable, sorry. Who was next now? Majibo Kalasinga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we must reject these names in totality. Why we must, Mr. Speaker? I was even looking at Dr. Cecil, Mr. Speaker. This is a lady, Mr. Speaker, who was the head of HR, Mr. Speaker, in KEPS, Mr. Speaker. While she was a HR in KEPS, Mr. Speaker, there were ills. There were issues about how Kenyans were fed on wrong water, Mr. Speaker. The market flooded with bad water, which was a failure of the department, Mr. Speaker. And she never had anything. She never fired, Mr. Speaker. If, Mr. Speaker, we can have leaders who can feed on Kenyans wrong water, Mr. Speaker, on the market, We are giving contaminated water, Mr. Speaker. And she's watching, Mr. Speaker. She takes no issues. Nobody was sacked, Mr. Speaker. Even no report has been written about that. He is the same person, Mr. Speaker, who wants to come and oversight and make Kenya good. Mr. Speaker, if you are feeding us on that water, what makes you not feed us on that information when you get in this office, Mr. Speaker? So, Mr. Speaker, by all this information, Mr. Speaker, we want to at least for once, Mr. Speaker, this House must, Mr. Speaker, let it be used. Let it be used, Mr. Speaker, to bring sanity in Kenya. Our sons and our daughters are watching us, Mr. Speaker. They are watching how we make leaders in this country. If we pick from wrong departments, from wrong corruption deeds, Mr. Speaker, they will also want to go the same way so that they come up in the future. So, should we want to have a better Kenya, we must pick leaders from the right departments. Kenya, Mr. Speaker, Kenya is not short of clean people. Kenya is not short of right people. Kenya is not short of people who have not done bad things, Mr. Speaker. So if I go back and check from this document, Mr. Speaker, one who fed Kenyans with wrong water, she's the one who wants to become to oversight. Mr. Speaker, I totally disagree, and let us reject these two names in totality, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Igembe Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this report. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, Mr. Speaker, I reject this report, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, without much ado, Mr. Speaker, we should not be dwelling too much on this issue, Mr. Speaker. If it has been proven that this John Ogalo was not a tax compliant before he was maybe made aware that he is going to be appointed for this position, if at all he didn't get that opportunity to get appointed, then he could have not paid his taxes. So he decided to pay his taxes so that he can qualify. But if it's a matter of integrity, why was he not paying his taxes regularly? And if he was not paying his taxes regularly, Mr. Speaker, I personally concluded that he should be disqualified from this position. Mr. Speaker, when he was doing his interview, he did his interview visually. Mr. Speaker, an interview of this matter, of this magnitude, where you are going to be a commissioner in the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, Mr. Speaker, you must be there in person. Your personal presence is very important, so that at least you could face the panelists. Mr. Speaker, even when you go for other interviews, even in TSC or any other one, there are even marks which are awarded for your physical appearance there. How are you dressed? Your mannerisms and the way you respond to others. But when you do an interview of this magnitude, 9,000 kilometers away, 12,000 kilometers away, and then you are said to be compliant, Mr. Speaker, I oppose. Mr. Speaker, he was patriotic enough, Mr. Speaker, he could have come here to Kenya and direct and face the panelists immediately, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, he has yet even to come to Kenya because he is waiting for us to pass his name here. And once his name is accepted, Mr. Speaker, that is when he will fly back to Kenya. Mr. Speaker, we have got many Kenyans who are qualified for this job here in Kenya, patriots who are very ready to work for this country diligently and patriotically. And once they are ready to be here, despite that they don't have those jobs, but they are ready to serve this country, Mr. Speaker. So let Owalo stay where he is, and let's pick another Kenyan who is ready to serve the country from within, Mr. Speaker. I oppose the report.
Member for Kwanza.
Mr. Speaker, please let me draw your attention to the fact that as we are debating today, people are seeing, watching, hearing each one of us make a contribution. This House has some respect. This House makes law, and we must live by the law. The Speaker, it's nothing personal. I don't even know who this John Okoran, most of us don't know. But the fact that there's an integrity question on him, Mr. Speaker, I ask this House, as the previous speaker said, we have so many Kenyans who are qualified. Let's get somebody else, let's suspend this, and look for somebody else, or at least re-advertise, get people who can be able to take up the job. Because, Mr. Speaker, it's not fair for us to pass somebody with that kind of question mark And by the way, going to anti-corruption. Mr. Speaker, I think it's only fair that I don't know this gentleman, none of us know him, and there's nothing, it's not even, the name doesn't say anything. All we are saying is that he does not qualify. Simple as that. We can't go back and go forth, and I don't even see. I want us to agree, suspend this particular application. It's not the end of the world. Then just reject it, then it goes re-advertised. We'll have many Kenyans who have gone to school. I've been in America. There are those in America who don't even know anything about Kenya. I can tell you, I've been in America 3-4 times. I even did my training in Rochester because I became the regional sales and marketing manager for Kodak. And I was there. You meet Kenyans who have no idea about Kenya. And then you bring me here on anti-corruption, surely 25 years back, no, we have many other Kenyans that can be able to do that job. The Speaker, I think it's unfair that we actually dismiss this, reject this particular debate and move on so they can do other businesses or for the House. I reject.
Member for Laisamis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for equally giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the nominees who have been proposed by the Legal Justice and Legal Affairs Committee for the appointment to the EACC nominees, I think in regard to the information I've also gathered is that Mr. Dr. Cecil Mbinya Mutuku and Mr. John Ogalo did the interview through virtual communication. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, this country have come across where we have members of the armed forces, very senior officers actually, to the rank of major generals who have retired, some still in their very young age, and very vibrant, very useful to the growth and prosperity of this country. And they have actually acquired a lot of knowledge while they were still in the institution, and yet those people are just left, just like that, without anyone having track of what they are doing back at home. You can imagine people where the Kenya government have invested in them, taking care of the security of the nation. And upon some of them reaching even the retirement age, and some of them are being laid off because everybody cannot become the Major General of the armed forces. And equally, the same applies even in the public service. The same applies even in the police service. That is why, Mr. Speaker, in some instances, you will realize somebody called Mr. Ali, who left the Kenya Defense Forces to come and transform the police service. He actually did a very exemplary job while in the police service. We need this kind of personalities to take over running of affairs of institutions such as Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Now, if we come across people like Ogalo and this another gentleman who have no integrity issues, who have questionable integrity issues, they cannot even be able to do returns for their taxes. And yet they are the ones who are being given integrity to come and manage the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. It is a laughing matter. It is a laughing matter. Actually, such kind of candidates, by the way, this Ogalo, I'm trying to assume that is the same gentleman who was being chased away from the Kenya Prison Service as a commissioner. If that is the case, we are trying to recycle the same kind of people. Mr. Speaker, for those few remarks, I think it is good we try to bring on board some of the people who have integrity issues for this kind of appointments. And last not the least, Mr. Speaker, many a times we tend to promote people from the minority tribes, including the people with disability and women in this country, for such appointments. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, I come from a community called Rendile. Rendile are one of the very minority tribes in Kenya. Unfortunately, every single appointment from the time I got elected into this parliament, I have never come across one single Rendile who is being appointed for this kind of positions. Are we not equal to other Kenyans? Does it mean Rendiles don't have an equal opportunity like other Kenyans? Does it mean, what is the problem? So why do we have that clause in the Constitution where the Constitution says that minority have also their say? Mr. Speaker, for this reason, I think next time such kind of appointments are coming, it is better they come and seek redress from this House so that we try to deliberate on who should be brought and who should not be brought, rather than people just pushing in names of people whom we don't know. They try to throw them through the window and through the door. For those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, thank you, and God bless you.
Honorable Tiende Amolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is an August House, and these proceedings are on record. And there are certain things that we say we should be careful about, especially when we say things of people who cannot defend themselves on the floor of this House. The first point to note, Mr. Speaker, and the report is clear, page 18, that when objections were invited, page 21, in respect of these two nominees, not a single person, or including all the members now speaking so eloquently on this House, appeared to raise an issue. When you don't raise an issue against someone in the only committee where he can defend themselves, then you can't come here and lecture us at length about the various objections that you have, because they cannot come here. The rules of natural justice require that everyone must have the right of rebuttal. When you deny them that right, then you come and raise it in the floor of this House when you know they cannot come here. That is not fair. Secondly, members must be cognizant of our own rules and of your many rulings, Mr. Speaker. You cannot stand and say that there are two nominees. I suggest you reject this one and you approve the other one. It has always been very clear. You either reject all or accept all. And when you stand here, Mr. Speaker, could the hecklers behind here please allow me? I did not say anything. Yes. When you are making the point, I did not speak. You cannot come here, Mr. Speaker, on such a fundamental matter, and then you come and say that you think that the former Commissioner of Prisons is the same person. Seriously?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order?
Point of order is Honorable Otienda Molo, whom I respect very much, Mr. Speaker, in order to refer to other honorable members that they are hecklers. This is a house of debate, and everybody is entitled on his opinion, Mr. Speaker. No. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of debate.
You are right. It's not in order to refer to other honorable members as hecklers. Honorable Otiende Amolo.
That is true, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, I want you to give me the proper word to describe members who speak without being given the opportunity to speak by the Speaker. What should that word be? Then I will be happy to replace it as may be appropriate. Mr. Speaker, the second point I want to make is that, you know, when you use certain words, like a person lacking integrity, this is fundamental, Mr. Speaker. In this bundle, we have a letter from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, a letter that is dated, the letter is actually dated, where's the date? 24th April, which clearly states that as far as the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is concerned, they have no integrity issues with these two nominees. Who are you to come here on the floor of Parliament and find that a person has integrity issues when that body that is concerned with it does not? More importantly, Mr. Speaker, I had just drawn attention to the letter from the KRA of 12th May 2022. It is important to note, one, that in terms of the Act, the clearance from KRA is not a legal requirement. It is a procedural requirement that is imposed by the committee. So you cannot use such a procedural requirement as an impediment to approval. But also, it is important to know that there is nowhere in that procedural requirement that says that you must get that clearance before or at the time of approval or of applying. It is sufficient that at the time of consideration by the committee, they are satisfied that you have been cleared. And that is what happened here. But also, Mr. Speaker, you know, members have not taken time to even read that letter. If you look at the reports, you will see that the question of tax compliance on page 24 is an issue that arose when the nominee of his own volition approached the KRA, of his own volition. That's when the KRA said that there are some rental incomes which he had earned abroad, which in their view are taxable. How can that be an integrity issue? Now, when you earn, you know...
Now, honour members, now points of argument, if those are points of argument, it's not points of order, please. You have read, each of you has read those letters, the letter being referred to. You interpret it as you wish.
Thank you.
Then finally, you make a decision.
Absolutely.
So please allow him to also advance his position.
So, Mr. Speaker, the question is a question of rental income earned abroad. For any Kenyan who's living abroad or who has lived abroad knows that these tax regimes can be very complex. There is income you can earn abroad and it's not payable, you don't have to pay tax. But there is income in respect of which you are obligated to pay tax. When KRA then determined that this particular Kenyan needed to pay tax, he has proceeded to comply. How can that be an integrity issue? Mr. Speaker, number 4, members are taking issue with the question of virtual appearance. Our own standing orders allows virtual appearance. Mr. Speaker, even until as recently as I think a month or two ago, we were debating, including the Senate, virtually. How can you then fault a Kenyan who cannot travel because of COVID restrictions and chooses to appear within the rules of our own standing orders? You cannot hold them against that. Mr. Speaker, members are saying you cannot give a Kenyan who's been away a job. Our constitution allows Kenyans to even have, dual citizenship. You cannot discriminate against a Kenyan because they live somewhere else. In fact, this Kenyan is shown to have worked for many years at the World Bank on the Department of Governance. What better person do you need to fight corruption than this person? We know that in this country, we have brought Kenyans who have been abroad, including the former Auditor General, who had been abroad for almost 20 years. But when he came back, he put proper systems of audit, and we all agreed that Auditor General Ouko did a good job. Mr. Speaker, I think that we should be very careful. Clearly, the composition of the ESCC, once we accept these two, will actually meet the regional and ethnic balance. I am not quite sure why my honorable brothers from the Western Circuit are having an issue with this particular nominee. But I also come from Western Circuit. I had said I need the proper word. When already the chair of the commission is from that circuit. We need other people from Makueni, as they are here. We need other people from Migori. You do not just oppose for the sake of opposing. Last, Mr. Speaker, I have seen that there's a question here on page 23, when this particular nominee was asked his views on electing people with integrity question, and his response was clearly that he does not support anybody to be elected for any office if they are facing charges. I think, Mr. Speaker, there's a soft resistance to constituting and enabling the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. People who do not like the word integrity to appear anywhere, who do not want the commission to work, want to kill the commission through the back door. Because the commissioners are only 3 right now. If one was unable to come, there is no commission. Who will benefit when there is no anti-corruption commission? Mr. Speaker, we must approve these nominees, we must empower the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and we must move on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honor members, remember, all of you have contributed. But it matters about what is in the report. You ought to have done it. In an event, you spoke for only 3 minutes. You had 10 minutes. So you squandered your opportunity to, on this general debate, you have 10 minutes. But when you speak for 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, and then later you want to point of order, I mean, it's really, that's becoming clever by an inch. Yeah? Please, from my list, the only person who appears here who has not contributed is the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Do you want to contribute to this debate on this one or the other one? Very well.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at the onset, I want to say I support this motion. And Mr. Speaker, I want to declare at the onset that I don't know any of them. Indeed, I've actually had to clarify when I had a member referring to Mr. John Ogallo as the John Ogallo who was in prisons, and I'm told he is not. So as members of the House, we also need to refrain from whipping up emotions and speak factually. If it was the Mr. Ogallo of the prisons, perhaps would have raised that there may have been an issue raised about him. There's no issue that's been raised about this Mr. John Ogallo in relation to the Kenya prisons. Mr. Speaker, I am actually perturbed listening to very progressive members of the House who are using digital processes to communicate have a problem with a virtual interview. I wish that our main problem was something else. But we cannot sit here in this era and time and age like cavemen and cavewomen talking that you must appear before us in person. This is not a court of law where we want to look at your demeanor. And even in a court of law, if we look at your demeanor, we can also assess your demeanor virtually. So I don't understand what this story about that somebody is interviewed virtually. So what if you are interviewed virtually? Those who want to be interviewed else in different ways, really, that's up to you. But in this age and time in this country, that is the direction everyone is going. We are going digital. So why would you want to take us to a Stone Age era? Mr. Speaker, I think it is embarrassing even for members of parliament.
Now, Honorable Millie, I think you've spoken very well on that point, but maybe you needed to just make the point, which I thought Honorable Otiende Molo almost alluded to, that actually in 2020, this House, in its wisdom, collectively, amended the standing orders to provide for virtual transaction of business, and even during that period, interviewed many Kenyans virtually. So I think it is a moot point.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, actually, for even emphasizing that. I didn't actually want to speak to it because I had Honorable Otiende alluding to it. And that is why I'm saying if we really want to if we want to oppose this list, let us have cogent reasons, but not that somebody has not been interviewed virtually. Mr. Speaker, the other issue that I want to take issue with is the issue that the gentleman that a number of members have been complaining about, is the issue of tax compliance. Mr. Speaker, I have said this on the floor of the House before, and I'll say it again, that even I at one point had a tax issue with the KRA. One day I was sitting here and then they sent me a letter saying you owe us 3 million Kenya shillings. And I said, for what? Then when I went, I discovered my official name is Millie Odhiambo, but there's a woman trading as Millicent Odhiambo who is trading on maize. So they came and told me that I was actually even taken to court for trading in maize and not paying taxes for 3 million Kenya shillings, taxes on maize. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure you know that when I'm here, I hardly have time to trade on maize. But before you clear that, every lawyer here will tell you before it is sorted out. First of all, I'm innocent, but other than that, it means it is an ongoing matter and it will actually hold me back on any issue. But it does not make me guilty. Neither does it make me complicit. I will give you live examples that have happened in this House. One time, Honorable Catherine Muma appeared before us as a select committee on the Constitution. We had a bit more powers then to make appointments in the transitional constitution. And I remember Honorable Marthakarua, which I'm very happy was appointed actually as our deputy presidential candidate. Honorable Martha raised an issue about Catherine after she came before us as a committee. And she raised an issue about a civil matter of non-payment of some money. But Catherine had already appeared before us as a committee. What did we do? The committee had to call Catherine back and question her again on that issue. And she cleared and she got the job. Because this is a civil matter, it's not a criminal matter. They are disputing tax. And once the tribunal is done, he may clear him. So you cannot hold somebody accountable with an ongoing matter which is of a civil nature. Even of a criminal nature, you are not guilty until you are convicted. Everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But this is even a civil matter. So you can't hold somebody to account because he has a dispute with KRA on tax. And Mr. Speaker, I can also tell you that even KRA on issues of people who stay abroad, they will always have an issue of double taxation. It will not come up only on this one, but on others. I would want to encourage the members of the House. Majority of you actually look like you are, because this is a fairly young house, you are in your 50s and your 40s. Your children will not stay here in Kenya. So let's quit already with this issue that we seem to have with people who are out of the country. They are our children, they are our brothers, they are our sisters. I saw it when we were moving the Constitution, when people were opposing even people who have dual citizenship. But Kenya, we can't get jobs. Even when you go now, when you are campaigning, Mr. Speaker, I'm sure all of you can see it. Kenyans are desperate and are hungry because there are no jobs. So if you can get jobs outside, why are you actually begrudging people who got jobs outside when they couldn't get here? If the job has run its course and it qualifies, please, let us get better reasons for even opposing people. I would want to say for my brother from Rendile, I understand you that minorities need to be added. And I'll support you next time for any commission that comes, because I'm also a minority, I'm a Suba. And you will say, I'm not only saying it for purposes of today, that I am actually a great champion of minority rights, because I'm a minority myself. My father is a Suba, my mother is a Luo. Perhaps one thing people don't know. And because of that, I push a minority agenda. But what we agreed, which the Speaker made a ruling about, that when we are looking at about issues of diversity, you look at totality of commissions. If you have a commission where we are replacing 2 or 3 people, how do you represent the face of Kenya in 42? 42 or 43? Now we even have the Zimbabwean ones we added recently, my in-laws. So how will we, those ones have not even been given the chairman of a cattle depot already. So if we want to add my Zimbabwe relatives, surely, I think let us be honest as members of the House. And if we want to attack somebody, let us attack them with good reason. Remember, what you are doing to someone will one day be done to you or to your child. Let us not try and behave here as though the people who are brought here to us are chairs or stools or whatever. They are human beings, they are Kenyans, who also have families and have needs like us. The same way I'll be happy one day for your children if they get a position, it's the same way be happy for this John Ogallo, who I don't know, if he gets a position. If there was a serious issue on integrity, I don't care where it comes from, I would be the first person to oppose, because I'm very strong on governance issues. I would oppose. But having listened to members, I was almost tempted at some point to even infer that the problem was that the name begins with an O. But because no member made that inference, I will not say it. But I hope that we spell away any such thought from our minds and think Kenyan, because we are all Kenyan. And if somebody qualifies and has no blot, there is no governance blot in his CV, let them get what they deserve. So my brother, I'm sure the next time you have a Rendile, we will support. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Very well, well spoken, Honorable Millie. from my list, the only person who hasn't spoken on this, but still appears, even though I see he's out, is the Honorable John Bunyasi, member for Nambale. But his name appears here, but I know he normally sits up there. He's not there. So even if I try to give him a chance to speak, I don't know whether his card is there or maybe there's but his name appears. It's showing. But so, honor members, for obvious reasons, we can only now call the mover to reply. The Honorable Shamala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to thank the members for this very robust debate and discussion. Special thanks to Honorable Otende Amolo for standing up really for rights of people who are not here to defend themselves and do not have a right of reply. I do not want to reopen the debate. I just want to say something that has not been said here. We must never forget the billions of shillings that the Kenyans in the diaspora are contributing to the economy of this country. Indeed, and in fact, during the COVID pandemic, if it were not for them sending this money home, then we ourselves know how terrible and how worse or just incredibly terrible the situation would have been. I think to disrespect our Kenyans who are in the diaspora as being lesser Kenyans is really a complete, absolute, negative act of you are not patriotic. You cannot say that a Kenyan who works in the diaspora is not fit for a job in this country. With those few remarks, I do beg to reply.
Thank you very much. That should conclude that bit. What remains is for the question to be put, which will be done when the House next sits, whenever that may be. Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Order, order. Members, we are now in Committee of the Whole House to consider We are now in Committee of the Whole House to consider the Children's Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2021. Yes, we had partially considered this bill up to 129. So now we'll start at 130.
Clause 130.
I propose the question that clause 130 be part of the bill. Now, my understanding is that the Honorable Koske is representing the chair of the Labour Committee, and he will be, for purposes of this session, be referred to as the chair. And the Honorable Billy, who has substantial proposals to amend, is also present. So those two will be featuring prominently in this proceeding. Yes, I propose the question that clause 130 be part of the bill. You have an amendment, yes, the Honorable Millie. Proceed.
Mr. Chair, I'm actually embarrassed that I've just told the members about being IT compliant and I can't open my own computer. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I'm just wondering, or I was concerned that we needed the support of the legal team because we actually had a harmonization meeting. And I can see Doreen is here, but I hope Sydney is coming as well. Because if they are here, then we will be able to move faster. Chair, I wish to propose an amendment to clause 130, but with a further amendment, Mr. Chair. Chair, in my proposed amendment to clause 130, I was proposing that we insert a new paragraph immediately after paragraph C in the order paper. Chair, I opposed because I'm proposing a further amendment and you're a little distracted.
Yes, proceed.
Yes, I'm proposing a further amendment, which we have agreed with the chair of the committee, that had introduced the concept of an interested person, but we have agreed to adopt a different meaning. So I'm doing a further amendment to my own amendment. Instead of calling it an interested person, I will then use the term a person acting on behalf and in the best interest of a child. Chair, what basically this means is that we have persons that are identified in the bill as authorized people, which includes police officers, children officers, and all that. But you may have a situation where a neighbor sees something bad happening to a child, so we want to make sure that such a person can also take action. So that is a person acting on behalf and in the best interest of a child. So I move.
I propose the question that clause 130 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. The chair, you have something to say to this? You agree. Very well. Therefore, that allows me then to put the question that clause 130 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 130 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 131.
I propose the question that clause 131 be part of the bill. The chair, you have a proposal to amend this.
Chair, I move that clause 131 be amended as per the order paper. And this is just to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 131 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 131 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question. The Honorable Millie, you have, yes, you have a further amendment to this. I have not seen that. Proceed, the Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 131 to be amended, but with a further amendment, so that instead of using an interested person, we use the words a person acting on and in the best interest of a child, just like the previous amendment. Thank you. I so move.
I propose a question that clause 131 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Chair? I now put the question that clause 131 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 131 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 132.
I propose the question that clause 132 be part of the bill. Chair, you have a proposal to this?
I move that clause 132 be amended as per the order paper, and this is the reason to provide for recognition of a guardianship appointed under customary law.
I propose the question that clause 132 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 132 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 132 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 133.
I propose the question clause 133 be part of the bill. There's no amendment to this. I therefore put the question that clause 133 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 134.
I propose the question that clause 134 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 134 be amended as per the order paper, but with a further amendment to subclause C, and I'm going to explain why, so that Chair, the other ones really are simple amendments. In the first one, we are removing "and" after the word "receive," because then, Mr. Speaker, we are dealing with the disjunctive, not conjunctive issue. And then also adding the word "misleading," so that it's not just false, but also misleading in the bill. But in which one is this? Sorry, by deleting, I was proposing that we delete the word "exceeding" appearing after the word "fine" and substitute the word "of not less than." Chair, what I'm proposing is, let me just refer to the bill because I'm proposing a further amendment there. And I'm sorry, Chair, because we were actually looking at this earlier, so. In the offense, I'm proposing that instead of the way I've worded it right now, that the only thing we do is to say a fine not exceeding $500,000, not 5 million, not 1 million shillings.
The Honorable Millie, there's going to be a problem.
Yes.
With following the text of your proposal to that.
Let me explain myself. I think the reason why it might be a problem, because I'm allowed to do a further amendment to my own amendment. Let me take them one by one. So I will say in subclause, my first proposal in clause 134 of the bill be amended in subclause 1 by deleting the word "and" after the word "receive." So I hope, Chair, that one you are following me, because it would give it a totally different meaning. And then by inserting the words or misleading immediately after the words false in paragraph C.
In order?
Is that in order?
Yes.
Then, Chair, I'm going to the offenses. My proposal was to delete the words exceeding. Sorry. Oh, thank you, thank you. Chair, I've actually been helped because we had a meeting earlier. Yes, so Chair, what I'm doing is to drop the word. I think this is confusing me further. Let me just go the way I was going. So Chair, what I had proposed earlier in the last one, because we have agreed on the first two, my original proposal was to delete the word exceeding after the words find not and substitute the words of not less than. Instead, what I'm saying is that I drop that specific amendment and instead delete the word one and replace with 5. So my proposal is in that paragraph is delete 1 and replace with 5. That's all. That's my further amendment. Are you following me? I can read it out.
5 million, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
So it becomes commits an offense and shall on conviction be liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or to a fine not exceeding 5 million shillings or to both. And the reason why I'm doing further amendment after consultation is that it gives great latitude but still gives discretion to the magistrate or the judge.
We've got you, the Honorable Millie. Proceed.
Thank you. So I move.
I now propose the question that clause 134 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. I now put the question that clause 134 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 134 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 135.
I propose the question that clause 135 be part of the bill. There's no proposal to this. I therefore put the question that clause 135 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 136.
I propose the question that clause 136 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie? Well, the chair also has one to this. We will start with the chair, then we'll come to you as the Honorable Millie.
Clause 136, I move that clause 136 be amended as per the order paper. And this is to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 136 be amended as proposed by the chair. And now put the question that clause 136 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Honorable Millie, you may move yours.
Chair, I propose to move my amendment, but with, again, a further amendment. It's similar to the previous ones had moved, where I'd proposed an amendment by putting an interested person, but instead we are using the terminology, a person acting on behalf and in the best interest of the child. I will be handing over this just to help the technical team follow. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 136 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 136 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 136 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 137.
I propose the question that clause 137 be part of the bill, Chair.
Clause 137, I move that clause 137 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, the reason is to correct the numbering, inserting 1 immediately after the number 137. And the other justification is the word fit is limiting. The amendment seeks to empower the court to issue the non-interference order referred to under paragraph I against any person, not just a fit person. This is an order given to prevent a person from interfering in the life of a child.
I propose the question that clause 137 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 137 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 137 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clauses 138 and 139.
I propose the question that clauses 138 and 139 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 138 and 139 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 140.
I propose the question that clause 140 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 140 be further amended by, instead of using the words interested person, we put a person acting on behalf and in the interest of the child. So I'm doing a further amendment to my own amendment as per the earlier ones. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 140 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. I now put the question that clause 140 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 140 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 141.
I propose the question that clause 141 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 141 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 142.
I propose the question that clause 142 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 142 be amended, but with a further amendment. And the further amendment is that I will drop the two by the word exceeding which I had proposed, and instead, and of not less than, but instead substitute the words 100,000 with the word million, 1 million. So the only amendment I will have is replace 100,000 with 1 million, which makes it, enhances the sentence, but still gives latitude to the magistrate and discretion. Thank you.
Very well. I now propose the question that clause 142 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I put the question that clause 142 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 142 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 143.
I propose the question that clause 143 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 143 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 144.
I propose the question that clause 144 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 144 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, the reason is that using the word street child stigmatizes the child. So I suggest that we call the child a child living on or off the streets, but not a street child. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 144 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 144 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 144 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 145.
I propose the question that clause 145 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 145 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 146.
I propose the question that clause 146 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this. We'll start with the chairs, then we'll deal with Millies. The Honorable Millies. Chair?
I move that clause 146 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, we need to, a minute.
Very well.
Point of order, Chair.
The Honorable Millie?
Maybe just to help the chair, because I know we had earlier consultations.
Yes, yes.
It might actually, it might help him if he then moves them one by one.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
As in order, you may proceed in that manner.
Okay, I drop A and C. I remain with B. The B is to protect children whose parents have mental illnesses in the paragraph R.
You are missing an important one. Oh, okay, it's okay, it's okay.
So, Chair, can you just retake it so that we are clear exactly what you are dropping and what is remaining?
Honorable Chair, I drop my amendments on that.
Point of order, Chair.
So that you move yours.
Chair. Chair, sorry, it's a bit unique because we actually had discussions earlier. The committee actually has very good amendments. And I think because this bill is very, very big, so there may be a bit of confusion. I think the only one that the committee agreed to, we agreed the committee should drop is paragraph U, I think, so that the committee would then move their amendment in paragraph K that inserts the word intersex genital mutilation, in B by inserting the word mentally ill, in U by deleting, also the U is the one that they drop theirs and I pick. I don't know if the chair is following.
Yes, I'm following.
So that the chair would be moving the first two amendments.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, Chair, you may wish to restate that you are not dropping because the record is that you have dropped, but you seem to...
I think there's slight correction, Chair. Sorry.
Yes, proceed.
Clause 146. I move that clause 146 be amended as per the order paper, and the justification on A is to protect children who may undergo intersex genital mutilation to also benefit. And B is to protect children whose parents have mental illnesses in paragraph R. But I drop C. Yes. I drop C, Chair.
Now that is clear. I now propose the question that clause 146 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as that opinion say?
Yes.
Yeah? And now put the question that clause 146 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie?
Chair, I move that clause 146 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, in A and AA, what we are basically doing is being very, very clear about children in need of care and protection, and also adding some categories that have been left out. And for instance, children who engage in sexual conduct of any kind, because the one that is already there, deleting you, which seems to imply that children can engage in sexual conduct at some level when actually it's considered a criminal offense. And then in those who, or children who are intersex and subjected to or likely to subjected to discriminatory treatment. And then in paragraph FF, by deleting the word differential and substituting it with discriminatory. And the reason is because, Chair, discriminatory is negative, but differential is not necessarily negative. It's more of an affirmative action initiative. And then inserting new instances where a child may be in need of care and protection under GG, or after GG, which would include HH, children from terminal or debilitating or chronic illnesses and whose parents are not able to take care, or children in need of medical treatment but are denied access for religious purposes. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 146 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now put the question that clause 146 be amended further as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 146 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 147.
I propose the question that clause 147 be part of the bill. Chair?
Chair, I move that clause 147 be amended as per the order paper. And this is to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 147 be amended as proposed by the chair. And I put the question that clause 147 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 147 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 148, 149, and 150.
I propose the question that clauses 148, 149, and 150. The Honorable Millie, what is out of order?
Thank you, Chair. Actually, I had an amendment to 148. I just want to go on record that we have agreed that I drop it.
Very well.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I'll have a retake on that then. I propose the question that clauses 148, 149, and 150 be part of the bill. And now put the question that clauses 148, 149, and 150 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 151.
I propose the question that clause 151 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 151 be amended as per the order paper. The Attorney General is no longer concerned with issues of prosecution by the DPP. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 151 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now put the question that clause 151 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 151 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 152.
I propose the question that clause 152 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this, Chair. You'll go first.
I move that clause 152 be amended as per the order paper. And this is the reason, Chair. This is to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services, and to correct misreferencing.
I propose a question that clause 152 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 152 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo, proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I propose that clause 152 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, sometimes we forget that children belong both to mothers and fathers, so sometimes we discriminate against fathers. So in this instance, we are talking about instances where only mothers are imprisoned. What about if it's the father who was taking care of the children and not the mother? So I just wanted to add the fathers. And then in subparagraph 2, subparagraph 2, my second amendment I drop. So it's only the first one that I'm moving. Thank you, I move.
I propose the question that clause 152 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 152 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 152 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 153.
I propose the question that clause 153 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie?
Thank you, Chair. I move that, I propose that clause 153 be amended as per the order paper, but with a further amendment. I drop the proposal to delete the word exceeding, and I drop the proposal to add the word less than, and instead propose to delete the word sorry, 100,000 and replace with 1 million. So that the only amendment I have is delete 100,000 and replace with 1 million.
I propose the question that clause 153 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 153 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 153 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 154.
I propose the question that clause 154 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I move that clause 154 be amended by deleting subclause 6, which basically allows any person who is aggrieved by a care order to appeal to the court. I move.
I propose the question that clause 154 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 154 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 154 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 155.
I propose the question that clause 155 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this, Chair.
Yes, Chair. I move that clause 155 be amended as per the order paper. And the reason, Chair, is to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 155 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 155 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Emilio Odhiambo.
Chair, I propose that clause 155 be amended as per the order paper. Just want to clarify that I gave the wrong reasons for 154, even though I still support the deletion, which we have done. And the reason for 154 had to do with discipline of children, which we know parents have, but if we put it as a proviso, it was actually negative. But for now, the reason I gave for the 154 is actually for this, that a person who is aggrieved by a care order may appeal to court. So just the reasoning is different, but the proposal remains the same, that we've deleted 154, and I'm proposing A to replace with a person who is aggrieved by a care order, or a new 6A, a person who is aggrieved by a care order to appeal to court. Thank you.
I now put the question that clause 155 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Emilio Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 155 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 156.
I propose the question that clause 156 be part of the bill. Chair?
Chair, clause 156. I move that clause 156 be amended as per the order paper, and it's on the same note to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 156 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 156 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 156 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 157.
I propose the question that clause 157 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 157 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 158.
I propose the question that clause 158 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this. Chair?
Yes, Chair. Clause 158 be amended as per the order paper. And this is also the same issue to align with the nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 158 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei, member for Chepalong, Chair of Labor Committee. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. The Honorable Millie?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 158 be amended as per the order paper, but with a further amendment to the last one. For the first part, it's basically to sort out grammatical issues to make so that the sentence makes sense. But for the last one, where I was proposing a new subparagraph E to include an interested person, but going by the early amendments, we will use the wording, a person acting on behalf and in the best interest of a child. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 158 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Emilio Odhiambo. And I put the question that clause 158 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Emilio Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 158 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 159, 160, 161, and 162.
I propose the question that clauses 159, 160, 161, and 162 be part of the bill. There are no amendments to this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 159, 160, 161, and 162 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 163.
I propose a question that clause 163 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I propose that the clause 163 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, this clause deals with a child who escapes from an institution. And all I'm seeking is that the court, before making any order, should get the views of a child, because sometimes children run from institution because of abuse. So it will be good for the courts to know why a child is running from an institution. I so move.
I propose a question that clause 163 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now I put the question that clause 163 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now I put the question that clause 163 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 164.
I propose the question that clause 164 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I will move my amendment in, with a further amendment. First, by dropping the first proposed amendment, and in the second one, by replacing, that's one clause 64, $100 with $1 million, and dropping the earlier proposed amendments, and instead delete 100 and replace with 1 million in subclause 2.
Very well.
Thank you.
And now I propose the question that clause 164 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I put the question that clause 164 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 164 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 165, 166, and 167.
I propose the question that clauses 165, 166, and 167 be part of the bill. There are no amendments to this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 165, 166, and 167 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 168.
I propose the question that clause 168 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 168 be amended as per the order paper. Before I give the reasons, Chair, I just want to notice, because of how big this bill we might miss out, we might have missed out something in subclause 1, which I hope the Chair at some point, either through a recommittal or in a further amendment, would look at. We don't refer to children as accused persons, we refer to them as subject, to avoid stigmatization. So it's something that we are discussed, but perhaps the committee chair may consider a recommittal when we are doing a recommittal for 168, because I don't have the power to do that amendment, to recommit so that you use the word subject, not accused. But I move that we delete subclause 2 and subclause 3 and replace with the proposal as per the order paper, because it basically deals with presumptions about age. And my worry was that if you have a situation where a child appears in court and is accused, and the child is actually 14 years, but the court doesn't know the age, and they are actually charged as an adult at 18 years, and later it appears to the court that it was actually a child, the court should be able to reverse that decision, because it would mean, even in terms of where the child would be put, they will actually be jailed with adults and treated like an adult when they're actually a child. So the court should actually be able to reverse that order. As it's currently worded, will be tying the hand of the court. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 168 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 168 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 168 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 169, 170, and 171.
I propose the question that clauses 169, 170, and 171 be part of the bill. There are no amendments to this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 169 and 170 and 171 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 172.
I propose the question that clause 172 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this. We'll start with the chair.
I move that clause 172 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, this is to align with the nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 172 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei, member for Chepalo. I now put the question that clause 172 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei, member for Chepalungu. As many as that opinion say aye. Aye. And as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I propose that clause 172 be amended as per the order paper, but I just want to bring to your attention that the order paper makes a reference in B to subclause 2, but instead it's actually subclause 1B, not 2. Just want that for correction because my amendments relate to subclause 1. I have no amendment in subclause 2. So I'm proposing the amendments, and basically it's just to sharpen the meanings, but also to make it clear that foster care is for a short term. It's not for a long term. As currently worded, it would appear like foster care is for a long term, but foster care for a short time as a more permanent solution is sought. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 172 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 172 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 172 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 173.
I propose the question that clause 173 be part of the bill. There's no amendment to this. I therefore now put the question that clause 173 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 174.
I propose the question that clause 174 be part of the bill. The Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Koskei.
Chair, I move that clause 174 be amended as per the order paper. And these are the reasons, Chair. One is to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. And to remove subclause, because from the definition of foster care, it refers to placement of children under the care of individual or spouses, and never an institution. Chair, subclause 7 is misplaced. It seems to be describing the roles of managers of a rehabilitation school or charitable children institutions, that is children's homes, yet this clause deals with foster care placement. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 174 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. And I put the question that clause 174 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 174 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 175.
Propose a question that clause 175 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koske?
Chair, I move that clause 175 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, this is to align with the nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. Under subclause 2 is just to clarify that the Secretary of Children's Services will be responsible to conduct due diligence on an applicant seeking to become a foster parent. Chair, to stipulate a definite period for temporary foster care under subclause 4. And this should not be exceeding 3 months. Chair, under subclause 5, it's also to clarify that any person exercising temporary foster care of a child pending reunification with the parents must give a notice to the Secretary of Children's Services and not the officer commanding a police station who has no responsibilities in foster care placement.
Just hold on, the Honorable Millie. Let me propose first. Yes. You are assisting him. Proceed then, the Honorable Millie.
Chair, I know he's receiving guidance. We actually had, as I'd indicated earlier, we'd had a meeting earlier, and just wanted to bring to his attention in D that we had said that we should retain officer commanding station, because ordinarily any Kenyan, if you found a child who is lost, or you wake up in the morning and somebody has dropped a child outside your house, you don't look for the Secretary of Children Affairs, you go to the police. So that's why you have the OCS. But it was to bring a further amendment that the OCS should then notify the Secretary of Children Affairs within 24 hours. Because it will be an onerous task on members of the public, if I'm just being a good Samaritan, to be expected to be looking for Secretary of Children Affairs if I found a child outside my home. I just want to be helpful. The nearest place to go is to the police. So I hope the chair got me. Thank you.
Yes, so let us allow the chair to move first. The chair, make your proposals.
As per what Honorable Millie Odhiambo said, it requires the officer commanding the station to be notified. That one I accept, Chair. So I dropped the initial amendment. I'm not amending, but I've dropped the earlier amendment, and now we are putting acceptance that under subclause 5, we introduced that it requires the officer commanding station be notified.
Could we have that text?
Just
then?
to notify to the officer commanding the station to notify the Secretary of Children's Services within 24 hours as per the law.
Which we need the text and where it will exactly fit in that clause 175.
That is a new clause, new subclause 5A. 5A.
5A.
Correct. No, it's okay now. It's okay now.
Yeah, the Honorable Millie? Yes.
My understanding is that the chair of the committee is retaining his amendment of A and B and C, but dropping D.
Correct.
And introducing a new subclause that the OCS shall notify the Secretary of Children Affairs within 24 hours.
Correct.
Which comes then after subclause 5.
Correct.
Very well. So, Chair.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that is what the manner in which you wish to move it?
Yes, yes, yes. We are retaining 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
but dropping 5, but introducing a new clause as per Honorable Emilio Diambo.
Requiring the OCS.
Requiring the OCS be notified, so that is the one to now report to the Secretary of Children's Services within 24 hours.
Very well. I now propose the question that clause 175 be amended as proposed by the chair. The Honorable Tonui Kiprotich, you wanted to say something to this?
I wanted to say something previously,
All
but
right.
after that correction, I'm okay.
Right, right. I now put the question that clause 175 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 175 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 176.
I propose the question that clause 176 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koske.
Chair, I move that clause 176 be amended as per the order paper. Under clause 176, this is to provide for the right of intersex children to receive foster care and not impeded the gender rule thereunder. Chair, further, to park animals or persons of questionable repute, such as pedophiles, child traffickers, and other criminals stated in the fourth schedule from fostering children in order to safeguard the welfare of children. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question that clause 176 be amended as proposed by the chair. I see interest from the Honorable Tonu.
I just want to support that. I
Right.
believe the people with criminal records should never be given responsibility over any child. So I support.
I now put the question that clause 176 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koske. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 176 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? I now put the question that clause 176 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 177.
I propose the question that clause 177 be part of the bill. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 177 be amended as per the order paper. This is to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. And number 2, Chair, the second amendment is to seek to clarify the provision.
I propose the question that clause 177 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 177 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 177 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 178.
I propose the question that clause 178 be part of the bill. Chair?
I move that clause 178 be amended as per the order paper. That clause 178 of the bill be amended by deleting the word director wherever it appears and substituting therefore the word secretary. And the reason is to align with the nomenclature changes as the Director of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. Thank you.
I propose that question that clause 178 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 178 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as Vakono opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that clause 178 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as Vakono opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 179.
I propose the question that clause 179 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koskei.
Clause 179, Chair, is just to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. I amend.
I propose the question that clause 179 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 179 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Las many of that opinion say aye. Aye. Las many of Vakono opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 179 as amended be part of the bill. Las many of that opinion say aye. Aye. Las many of Vakono opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 180.
I propose the question that clause 180 be part of the bill, Chair.
I move that amendment, Chair, to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that clause 180 be amended as proposed by the Chair Koskei. I now put the question that clause 180 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as of Vakono opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 180 as amended be part of the bill. As many as that opinion say aye? Las many as Vakono opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 181.
I propose the question that clause 181 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koskei.
Yes, Chair. I move that clause 181 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, this is to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. And number 2, in subclause 2, by deleting the word permanently in paragraph C2 and inserting the word family immediately after the word alternative in paragraph C3. This is the reason, Chair, it's good that we clarify that foster care is not a permanent care. It is temporary. And this is also to enhance clarity in subclause 2C3. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 181 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 181 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Las many as that opinion say aye. Aye. Las many as Vakono opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 181 as amended be part of the bill. Las many as that opinion say aye. Las many as Vakono opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clauses 182, 183, and 184.
I propose the question that clauses 182, 183, and 184 be part of the bill. There are no amendments to this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 182, 183, and 184 be part of the bill. Las many as that opinion say aye. Las many as Vakono opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 185.
I propose the question that clause 185 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I move that clause 185 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, the reason for this is that we have many Kenyans who live out of the country and who many times wish to adopt their own blood relatives in Kenya. But when we outlaw all international adoptions without taking into account such, then it's difficult. And Chair, you also have people who may be in unique situations like me, that if I were to have a child, and God forbid I die, and my husband dies, his parents or his siblings should be in a position to adopt my children. They would be foreign nationals, but they would be better placed because that's actually their relative. So that is what the essence of this amendment is. I so move.
I propose a question that clause 185 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. I now put the question that clause 185 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie. Will as many of that opinion say aye? And as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the global question that clause 185 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? And as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Just hold on. The Honorable Millie, I want to really appreciate you for this. This reminds me when I was in practice some years back, and there was some two boys whose mother had passed on, and the sister who was living out of Kenya, I think it was Britain or something like that, and we put in papers for her to adopt these children. And that case took more than 3 years to conclude, and it was very sad. By the time we were concluding, the children had actually attained majority, and they had missed this golden opportunity. So this is really a very, very good proposal, and I want to thank you for it. Let's proceed.
Clause 186.
I propose the question that clause 186 be part of the bill. There is a proposal for deletion by the chairperson and a further proposal by the Honorable Millie. So if the proposal by the chair is carried, the one by the Honorable Odhiambo will fail. So proceed, Chair.
Honorable Chair, I move that clause 186 be amended as per the order paper. The committee found it fit for the functions of the proposed National Adoption Committee to be reassigned to the National Council for Children's Services. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 186 be deleted as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 186 be deleted as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie, yours then fails.
Clause 187.
I propose the question that clause 187 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie, you have a proposal to delete this one, so you'll go first. And if you no, you are only deleting one paragraph. So you go first, then the chair will take it up from there. Proceed.
Chair, we've actually agreed that the committee's proposal is better than mine. So I'll go by the committee's proposal.
You drop yours, Honorable Millie?
Yes, I dropped mine.
Very well. The chair?
Okay, let me use the next one. Chair, I move that clause 187 be amended as per the order paper. One reason is to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. Number two, Chair, is by deleting the reference to the Adoption Committee, as its function are transferred to the National Council for Children's Services, and to accommodate kinship adoption and those children transiting from foster care to adoption under the same caregiver.
I propose a question that clause 187 be amended as proposed by the chair. And I'll put the question that clause 187 be amended as proposed by the chair. Let's men of that opinion say aye. Let's men of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And I'll put the question that clause 187 as amended be part of the bill. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 188.
I propose the question that clause 188 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I move that clause 188 be amended as per the order paper. When you put the word "and" at the place where it's put, it means that each of the sub-paragraphs cannot stand alone, that they must all be met. So if one is not met, then the entire provision fails. So I'm just deleting the word "and" so that each of the paragraphs can stand alone. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 188 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now put the question that clause 188 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 188 as amended be part of the bill. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 189.
I propose the question that clause 189 be part of the bill. There are two proposals to this. Chairperson, you'll go first. And if you succeed, then the Honorable Millie Odhiambo will move a further amendment without paragraph A. So proceed, Chair.
Okay, Chair, I move that clause 189 be amended as per the order paper. In the amendment under 189 subsection 2B, seeks to ensure that both applicants for adoption are more than 21 years older than the child, so as to safeguard a child's safety. Chair, the amendment under subclause 5, the amendment seeks to delete paragraph A to ensure that female applicants are able to adopt children irrespective of the gender, as has been the case. Traditionally, Chair, male children are more abandoned than the female children. On the other hand, women are the main adopters and a majority. The other reason, Chair, is under subclause 6C. As a constitutional principle, one is innocent until proven guilty. Chair, we also delete under 6F, deleting the word "sole," so that no adoption orders may be granted in favor of any foreign applicant. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 189 be amended as proposed by the Chair. And now put the question that clause 189 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Las members of that opinion say aye.
Aye.
Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo, you may move your amendment.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to move the parts of my amendments which have not been touched by the committee. And Chair, it just goes to, again, kinship adoption for foreign relatives. Just to make sure that you can adopt, your foreign relative can adopt your child if you're not there. Thank you.
I propose a question that clause 189 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now put the question that clause 189 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. And now put the global question that clause 189 as amended be part of the bill. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 190.
I propose the question that clause 190 be part of the bill. There are two amendments to this also. The Chair, you will go first.
Chair, I move that clause 192. I move that clause 190 be amended as per the order paper. This is to provide for adequate time for investigations and other interventions before declaring the child abandoned. That is clause 190, subclause 2A, by deleting the word 6 months and substituting, therefore, with the words 1 year. That's giving out a duration enough for before declaring that the child is abandoned. If we leave it open to 6 months, we'll get more children living in the streets by being abandoned before we full investigation and interventions made.
I propose the question that clause 190 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. And I'll put the question that clause 190 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo, you may move your further amendment.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I move that clause 190 be amended in subclause 2 in paragraph B, because the amendment in paragraph A has already been done by the committee, which is to move from 6 months to 1 year. And Chair, the reason why I'm suggesting that is I've dealt with many cases where parents are presumed or guardians are presumed that they have abandoned the child. Like in one case where somebody had come to us at the cradle for adoption of a child. So when we were trying to get the child to free up for adoption, we actually discovered it's a child that we had actually followed the case of the mother, but whose mother had died. There was really the guardians were the parents of the woman was extremely poor that they would not even get fare to see the child. So the child was actually not free for adoption, but the children home that was taking care of them presumed, because the parents had not, the guardians had not seen the child for more than 6 months, that they had abandoned the child. Sometimes it's just poverty. So maybe what we can do is give it about a year before we can then presume that you've abandoned the child. I so move.
I propose the question that clause 190 be amended further as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. And now put the question that clause 190 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of that opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 190 as amended be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of that opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 191.
I propose the question that clause 191 be part of the bill. There's no amendment to this. I therefore now put the question that clause 191 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of that opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 192.
I propose the question that clause 192 be part of the bill. There are 2 amendments to this. Chair, you'll go first.
I move that clause 192 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, the amendment to subclause 1P3 seeks to ensure that a report be made by the Secretary of Children's Services in relation to interim orders on adoption of a child. The other amendment is to align with nomenclature changes, as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. Chair, the amendment in subclause 2 is to protect the child and ensure that the child is returned back in Kenya within the period specified by the court. Chair, the Secretary, being the custodian of this act, is a key player in matters relating adoption of a child and should be included under persons who may apply to the court for an interim order on the specific matters. I move.
I propose the question that clause 192 be amended as proposed by the chair. And now put the question that clause 192 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie, you may move your proposals.
Chair, I move that clause 192 be amended as per the order paper, but with a further amendment. And in the further amendment, I dropped the proposed deletion and the words of not less than, and instead propose to delete the word 500 and replace with 2 million. Because, Chair, you find a situation where somebody will go with a child outside the jurisdiction of Kenya to another jurisdiction, and then we only find them 500, which is really a slap in the wrist. As we are speaking right now, actually I know a case that is involving a member of parliament where the court then gave a custody order to the father and immediately took off with the child, and to date, the child has not been accessed. And so if you want to give somebody a small sum like 500, it's really like a joke, Chair. So I think people should know that it should be punitive. Let it move to 2 million. And it still gives the magistrate latitude, because it's actually the 2 million is the maximum, it's not the minimum.
I propose the question that clause 192 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. The Honorable Tonui? Member for Bomet.
Thank you. I thought 500 was okay, because it looks like it's making it exclusive for the rich. You know, when you're just going higher and higher figures, because for it to merit that upon be provided and someone to go with a kid, it means that person merited being with the kid. But now, if you want to commercialize and talk of whoever is having more money and lift it to 2 million, based on our explanation, I beg to oppose it.
The Honorable Millie, maybe the Honorable Tonui did not understand the context. Yes, the Honorable Tonui, you
Thank you, Chair.
Yes,
Chair, the Honorable Tonui didn't understand me.
Yes, proceed.
Chair, what I'm actually proposing is that you will find the rich people are the ones who will take off with their child, and because they are able to pay, you give them 500,000 to pay, they just pay you immediately. So it's actually not punitive on the rich people. I'm actually going for those rich people who are running away with the children. So if you put 500, like the case I'm telling you is involving a member of parliament, a relative of a member of parliament, that the court gave an order and the guy immediately took off with the child to another country. And if you just find 500,000, what is that? So what I'm suggesting is put it, I wish I'd even made it even higher to 5 million so that it is more punitive. But if you put 2 million, it is not actually the minimum, it's the maximum. So that then the court, if it is a very poor person, the court can actually give a fine of 50,000. But if it's a rich person, give 2 million. In any event, we need that money in the country.
I propose the question that clause 192 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Las men of that opinion say aye.
Aye.
Las men of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the global question that clause 192 as amended be part of the bill. Will las men of that opinion say aye? Las men of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 193.
I propose the question that clause 193 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 193 be part of the bill. Will as men of that opinion say aye? Las men of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 194.
I propose the question that clause 194 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to propose that clause 194 be amended as per the order paper to allow persons who are citizens of Kenya by birth but who have lost their status by operation of the law. Because, Chair, we actually have Kenyans, like I'll give you the example of our runners, who get better opportunities and they go to countries that do not allow dual citizenship. So you'll see a Kenyan running and you say that Kenya has won for Denmark or for I don't know what, but you know very clearly Kipchoge cannot be from Denmark, he can only be Kenyan Kalenjin from Rift Valley. So we are covering such people who may have lost their citizenship by operation of law, But to all extent and purposes, we know they are Kenyans and they can take care of their relatives back at home. Thank you. I propose.
I propose that the question that clause 194 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 194 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the global question that clause 194 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 195.
I propose the question that clause 195 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 195 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 196.
Propose the question that clause 196 be part of the bill. The Chair?
I move that clause 196 be amended as per the order paper to delete the reference to the National Adoption Committee as its functions are transferred to the National Council for Children's Services. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question that clause 196 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 196 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 196 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 197, 198, 199, 200, and 201.
I propose the question that clauses 197, 198, 199, 200, and 201 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 197, 198, 199, 200, and 201 be part of the bill. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 202.
Propose the question that clause 202 be part of the bill. Chair?
There's no amendment on, oh yeah, 202. I move that clause 202 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, there is need for clarification on the provisions on adopted children register. I move.
I propose the question that clause 202 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I put the question that clause 202 be amended as proposed by the Chair. As many of that opinion say aye. As many of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And I put the question that clause 202 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 203.
I propose the question that clause 203 be part of the bill. And now put the question that clause 203 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 204.
I propose the question that clause 204 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie. Yes, the Honorable Millie just is the next one, please, kindly.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yes, now you have it.
Thank you, Chair. I move that clause 204 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, clause 204 deals with the rights and duties of parents and capacity to marry for children who are adopted. And Chair, what this amendment seeks to do is to enable parents know that once you adopt, you give out your child for adoption, you actually relinquish all rights to that child. So you cannot give your child for adoption and still hope that you are a parent to that child. And even in case of a subsequent adoption, if you are an adoptive parent, you actually let go of those rights of a child. So that is what this amendment seeks to do, so that we are deleting the word parents and being very clear that it is biological parents in the case of a first adoption or adoptive parents in the case of subsequent adoption that will lose their rights not all parents or any parent.
I propose a question that clause 204 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 204 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. As members of our opinion say aye. As members of our contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 204 as amended be part of the bill. Will as members of that opinion say aye? As members of our contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 205.
I propose the question that clause 205 be part of the bill, and now put the question that clause 205 be part of the bill. Will as members of that opinion say aye? As members of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 206.
I propose the question that clause 206 be part of the bill. The two amendments to this, we'll start with the chair.
I move that clause 206 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, this is just to make it consistent with the provision of the bill. That is, clause 206 of the bill be amended in subclause 4 by deleting the words contribution order and substituting therefore the words maintenance order.
I propose the question that clause 206 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 206 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as members of that opinion say aye? Will as members of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The Honorable Millie?
Chair, I propose that clause 206 be amended as per the order paper by deleting subclause 1 and 2. And Chair, it's because we cannot stratify children, and it goes against Article 53 of the Constitution. I so move.
I propose that clause 206 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 206 be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as members of that opinion say aye? As members of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 206 as amended be part of the bill. Will as members of that opinion say aye? As members of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 207.
I propose the question that clause 207 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 207 be amended as per the order by the order paper, but with a further amendment for purposes of consistency that in subclause C, we also delete the words unless the contrary intention appears. I so move, Chair. That is. Sorry, Chair.
Yes.
I just wanted to give an explanation that a parent cannot be given the mandate to choose when or when not to consider an adopted child a child. Once you have adopted a child, it is your child. So if you don't want to adopt a child, don't. Once you adopt a child, that's like your biological child. You can't say from Monday to Tuesday, this is my child. When this and that happens, this is not my child. It is your child for all purposes. Thank you.
I propose a question that clause 207 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 207 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. As men of that opinion say aye. As men of our contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 207 as amended be part of the bill. Will as men of that opinion say aye? Will as men of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 208.
I propose the question that clause 208 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I wish to move clause 208, but in an amended form, that Chair leave it at by deleting subclause 2. I'm not substituting because the substitution there erroneously has actually restated what is in the bill. And Chair, the reason for that is, again, once you adopt a child, you can't say that for purposes of this and that, this is my child, and for purposes of this and this is not my child. I think what we need to educate the public is that once you adopt a child, that child becomes legally your child. and has the same status as any other biological child. So if you want to, you then must, because the law gives you different categories under which you can take care of children. So you can choose any of those categories, but an adoption gives that child the legal rights as that of a biological child. So I'm just moving that we delete that subclause 2. Thank you.
I propose a question that clause 208 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I therefore now put the question that clause 208 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many as the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 208 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 209.
I put the question that clause 209 be part of the bill. And now put the question that clause 209 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay?
Clause 210.
Now propose the question that clause 210 be part of the bill. Chair?
Clause 210 be amended as per the order paper. And Chair, this is to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. And 2 is to delete the reference of the National Adoption Committee, whose duties are proposed to be transferred to the National Council for Children's Services. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question that clause 210 be amended as proposed by the Chair. And now put the question that clause 210 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinions say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 210 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 211.
I propose the question that clause 211 be part of the bill.
I
Chair?
move that clause 211 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, it's only a registered adoption society can undertake the adoption process.
I propose the question that clause 211 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. And now put the question that clause 211 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 211 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? Honorable members, I'll have a retake on that. I put the global question that clause 211 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 212.
I propose the question that clause 212 be part of the bill. Chair, Honorable Koskei.
Chair, I move that clause 212 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, to align with nomenclature changes as the Directorate of Children's Services is now headed by the Secretary of Children's Services. And 2 is to correct a grammatical error. That is in subclause 1 by inserting the word adoption immediately after the words under the in paragraph H. 3 is to delete the reference to the National Adoption Committee, whose duties are proposed to be transferred to the National Council for Children's Services. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 212 be amended as proposed by Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 212 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
As many of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 212 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 213.
I propose the question that clause 213 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koskei.
I move that clause 213 be amended as per the order paper. That is to delete the reference to the National Adoption Committee, whose duties are proposed to be transferred to the NCCS.
I propose the question that clause 213 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 213 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I therefore now put the question that clause 213 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 214, 215, and 216.
I propose the question that clauses 214, 215, and 216 be part of the bill. There are no amendments to this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 214, 215, and 216 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 217.
I propose the question that clause 217 be part of the bill. The Honorable Koskei.
Chair, clause 217 of the bill, I wish to drop my amendment, Chair.
Very well. The amendment to clause 217 stands dropped. I therefore now propose the question that clause 217 be part of the bill. And I put the question that clause 217 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 218.
I propose the question that clause 218 be part of the bill. And now put the question that clause 218 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 219.
I propose the question that clause 219 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie, you have proposed to delete this one.
Yes, drop them.
Chair.
219.
Pardon?
219.
219.
Yes, the Honorable Millie.
Sorry, Chair. Chair, actually, I think I missed it. I'd actually...
Proposing to delete.
Is it... Chair, I know that I was proposing to delete a whole part. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about.
Exactly the one, where you are proposing to notwithstanding the provisions of Part 2 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the Children's Court may try a child for any offense except the offense of murder.
$219? I don't know how come I don't have it.
The Honorable Millie, your proposal is actually to delete a whole part, but procedurally here is that we have to move clause by clause. Yes. So I think we are speaking the same language. Then the new part that will come at the end as part of the new proposals, new clauses.
Honorable Meli, I'll allow you to consult with the leader majority and the chair so that we move as one on this. The Honorable Mili?
Chair, I do get you now, actually. It's just that the process of legislation sometimes is very tedious. I do drop my proposed deletion of 219. Thank you.
It's recorded that the proposal to delete 219 is dropped. And now put the question that clause 219 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 220.
I propose the question that clause 220 be part of the bill. The Honorable Mili?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I drop my proposed amendment to 220. Perhaps I can explain myself.
Please do.
For records,
Yes.
because I'm going to do these deletions. Chair, I'd actually, because I have I have a bill on children in conflict with the law, which is called Access to Justice Bill, which has come before the floor of the House, which actually has more comprehensive provision than this part 14 of the bill. But to enable us to go forward, I've decided to drop all my proposed amendments because I was adopting all my provisions in the Child Justice Bill. So I'm dropping all of them. And when we get back in September, by God's grace, we'll delete these provisions and bring the Child Justice Bill so that we take care of children in conflict with the law, because the provisions here just give a passing mention to children in conflict with the law. But we need to deal with them fairly. Either we'll bring amendments to this bill, more comprehensive amendments, or bring the Child Justice Bill and delete this part. But for now, to enable us to move forward, I drop the proposed amendment.
Honorable Mili, I sent out a prayer for you so that you'll be here, so that you are the
Amen.
guardian, you are the guardian angel of children in this country.
Thank you.
May your prayers to be here in September be heard by the powers up there.
Amen.
So it will go on record that your proposal to delete clause 220 is dropped.
Yes.
I will therefore now put the question that clause 220. Oh, there is one by the chair, yes. There's a proposal by the chair. Chair, move yours.
I move that clause 220 be amended as per the order paper. This is clarification on the manner in which a child may be assessed upon arrest. This is strengthening the original bill, because now this one has substance of procedures that the police officers can follow and assess each and every child that has been arrested as by the, in accordance with the 6th schedule, Chair.
I propose the question that clause 220 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. I now put the question that clause 220 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Koskei. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many as of our opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
I now put the question that clause 220, as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 221.
The Honorable, I propose the question that clause 221 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I drop the proposed amendment for the same reasons.
Very
Thank
well.
you.
I now put the question that clause 221 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now, yes, that's good enough.
Clause 222.
I propose a question that clause 222 be part of the bill. Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. I drop the proposed deletion.
Very well. I now put the question that clause 222 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 223.
I propose the question that clause 223 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I propose that I drop my proposed deletion of 223.
I now put the question that clause 223 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 224.
I propose the question that clause 224 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I wish the committee had actually put these things in 224 into sections, but because I proposed a deletion, I've not done that, but I dropped my proposed deletion.
I now put the question that clause 224 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 225.
I propose the question that clause 225 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I dropped my proposed amendments to 225.
I now put the question that clause 225 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many as our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 226.
I propose the question that clause 226 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I dropped the proposed deletion.
I now put the question that clause 226 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 227.
I propose the question that clause 227 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
I drop the proposed deletion.
I now put the question that clause 227 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many as our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 228.
I propose the question that clause 228 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, even as I drop that, I wish the committee would also include, and I wish the chair could take it up, that one of the purposes of diversion is to reduce repeat offending by children, or what this difficult word called recidivism, or repeat offending. But because I'm dropping my amendment, I let it pass, so I drop it.
I propose a question that clause 229 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 230.
I propose the question that clause 230 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Chair, I drop my proposed amendment to 230.
I now put the question that clause 230 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 231.
I propose a question that clause 231 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Again, Chair, I know in spirit of compromise, I let some things go, but I wish the committee had put an estimation of age made by a medical practitioner as number 1 in 231. I think we'll correct that later. I drop my proposed amendment.
I now put the question that clause 230 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say 231 be part of the bill? Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of our current opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 232.
I propose the question that clause 232 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I also drop my proposed amendment to 232.
There is there is an amendment by the chair proposal.
Yes, Chair, there is a slight amendment. I move that clause 232 be amended as per the order paper, and it's just on correction to correct the grammatical error. That is subclause 2 by deleting the words for and not and replacing therefore with for a period not, paragraph P2, Chair.
I propose the question that clause 232 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 232 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of our opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 232 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of our opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 233.
I propose the question that clause 233 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. I wish to drop that amendment.
I now put the question that clause 233 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of our opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 234.
I propose the question that clause 234 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I drop the proposed.
There is a further amendment to this by the chair. Chair, proceed.
Yes, Chair, I move that clause 234 be amended as per the order paper. This is to include a counselor or a psychologist as one of the persons who may attend a family group conference. This is because a trained professional who may assist, communicate, or attain the call of the family group conference. The call is discussion of the offense committed by a child to convey to the child the impact of the offense and propose reform strategies. Thank you, Chair.
I now put the question. I now propose the question that clause 234 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 234 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 234 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 235.
I now propose the question that clause 235 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie?
Chair, I propose that my proposed amendment be dropped.
I now put the question that clause 235 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 236.
I propose the question that clause 236 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo?
Chair, I drop the proposed amendment.
I now put the question that clause 236 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 237.
I propose the question that clause 237 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo. You have it to your left.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Chair. I drop the proposed amendment.
Well, Chair, you have a proposal to this.
Yes, I do have a proposal, Chair. I move that clause 237 be amended as per the order paper. And, Chair, this is to ensure that all children in conflict with the law receive legal representation, irrespective of the kind of offense committed by the child. This is as per the 7th schedule of our Constitution.
I propose the question that clause 237 be amended as proposed by the chair. And now put the question that clause 237 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 237 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 238.
Propose the question that clause 238 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
I wish to drop my proposed amendment.
I then put the question that clause 238 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 239.
I propose a question that clause 239 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I don't know if this will be allowable to do a further amendment by not doing a deletion, but by adding the word accused after the word in 239.1, so that it's the words accused, conviction, and sentence shall not be used in relation to a child bill dealt with the Children's Court. So I drop my proposed deletion, but do a further amendment that you add the word accused after the word accused after the words.
I don't think it is tenable, the Honorable Millie.
Chair, is that not a further amendment? Because I had an amendment to delete, but I choose not to delete and instead add the words, that the word accused, conviction, and sentence. Does that not qualify for a further amendment? Because my amendment was to delete. Now I choose not to delete, but if they have a problem, then I will retain this one. I will move my amendment and delete.
The Honorable Millie, it's just a question of, if you're deleting, you are basically taking it all out. You are not amending.
But a deletion is an amendment substantially, Chair. Isn't a deletion an amendment? Maybe you can guide us whether a deletion is amendment, so that instead of deleting, I'm actually saying then we put the word accused, because no child should be called accused in court. I have not yet dropped.
The Honorable Millie, my understanding is this.
Yes.
When you delete, it means you are clearing, there's nothing remaining there. So your proposal, when it is that you delete expressly, then there is nothing that you are remaining there that you may add to.
Yes,
but
Chair.
If you are proposing to delete and substitute, then whatever it is that you are going to substitute with, then that you can now do a further amendment to. That is my understanding of it.
Chair, I think the majority leader is a misleader. But that aside, I let it pass. And, but I would want to encourage the chair that is something that they need to pick up, because I see this, in that regard, this bill is regressing. You cannot call children who are in conflict with the law accused. I saw somewhere where they're being called accused, and now the words which we are excluding is conviction and sentence, and we are not adding the words accused. A child who is in conflict with the law is a subject, not an accused person. So I want the chair to pick it up, and should we want to bring some back, maybe that is one of the ones that you'd want to pick up. Thank you. Yes. Otherwise, I drop my proposed amendment.
Yes.
Beren,
Sorry,
therefore now.
Sorry, Chair.
Oh, Chair.
What
yes.
Millie is saying is correct. Honorable Millie, you are correct, because you cannot refer a child as accused to make her or him as a subject. That is what Millie is saying. You are correct. We have to look at it from the committee side and see what we can do. You are correct. We need to insert what you are saying. Yes.
So that recommittal can be undertaken by the owner of the bill who is here. Yes. So therefore, allow me then to put the question that clause 239 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 240.
I propose the question that clause 240 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie?
Chair, I wish to drop my proposed amendment.
And now put the question that clause 240 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 241.
Propose the question that clause 241 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, Again, I just wanted, before I drop my amendment, that I'd want the committee to look at 241(1)K, whether it should actually be in the bill, especially dealing with children under the Prisons Act, whether it's actually right. But because I'd agreed to drop the amendment, I'll drop 241. Thank you.
Chair, you have a proposal to this.
I move that clause 241 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, this is to include a psychologist alongside a counselor as one of the persons to whom a child in conflict with the law may be placed for care.
I now propose the question that clause 241 be amended as proposed by the chair. I then put the question that clause 241 be amended. Very well, I'll allow that. You give the Honorable Koske the mic.
Sorry, by Honorable Millie Odhiambo, I accept, I would wish that we delete K, because it doesn't make sense that we put child under youth corrective training centers or prison, surely.
Yes. Yeah.
So I move a further amendment, Chair, that we delete K,
Very well.
paragraph K.
Very well. That's okay. I'll therefore now put the question that clause 241 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 241 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 242.
I propose the question that clause 242 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie?
(243).
240.
Yes, Chair, I drop my proposed deletion of 242.
I now put the question that clause 242 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 243.
I propose the question that clause 243 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie? Give the Honorable Millie the mic.
Thank you, Chair. I wish to drop my proposed amendment to 243.
I now put the question that clause 243 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? As many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 244.
I propose the question that clause 244 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to make an observation, since I will not be bringing amendments now, that the marginal note has special police units. It should be special child police units, but that we can correct. It's not fatal. So I drop my proposed amendment to 244.
I now put the question that clause 244 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 245.
I propose the question that clause 245 be part of the bill. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I propose to drop my proposed amendment to 245.
I now put the question that clause 245 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 246, 247, 248, and 249.
I propose the question that clauses 246, 247, 248, and 249 be part of the bill. There are no proposals to amend this. I therefore now put the question that clauses 246, 249, 248, and 249 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 250.
Propose a question that clause 250 be part of the bill. Chair, you have a proposal to this.
I move that clause 150 be amended as per the order paper.
The chair just repeat 250.
Yes, I move that clause 250
Yes.
be amended as per order paper. Chair, this is changing the title of director to secretary. Thank you, Chair.
I propose a question that clause 250 be amended as proposed by the chair. And now put the question that clause 250 be amended as proposed by the chair. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 250 as amended be part of the bill. Will as members of that opinion say aye? Will as members of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 251.
I propose the question that clause 251 be part of the bill. And now put the question that clause 251 be part of the bill. Las members of that opinion say aye. Las members of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
New clauses. New clause 3A.
Chair, you may now move. Oh, you do not have this. There's no other paper today. So, Chair, you may now move second reading of new clause 3A. Give him the mic.
Honorable Chair, I move that new clause 3A be now read a second time.
Yeah, give us some meat on it.
This amendment, Chair, seeks to cure inconsistencies between the Children Act and other laws, and an interpretation will prevail where it is in the best interest of the child. For instance, the penal code on age of criminal responsibility.
Well, I propose a question that new clause 3A be now read a second time. The Honorable Miliodian.
Chair, I do support this, but I would have hoped that the persons who are bringing this instead of just saying like the reference that my brother from Chepalungu has said, would bring amendment to delete those provisions or amend those provisions of a penal code at the same time, or at least in the near future, so that we don't say this one offers a better provision or the other. If we don't do that, it's likely to create a lot of confusion, because sometimes the courts are very busy, lawyers sometimes are too busy to make those references, so it creates confusion. So it would be better if we bring amendments, but otherwise I think it is good that in every consideration the best interest of the child is primary. I support.
And now put the question that new clause 3A be now read a second time. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose a question that new clause 3A be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 35A.
We shall have a retake on that, so
New-
that we move orderly, in an orderly way.
New clause 19A.
I now call upon the mover to move second reading of new clause 19A.
Chair, I move that new clause 19A be now read a second time. And that one, justification, Chair, the term intersex child is defined in clause 2 of the bill, and legislative intent appears to be to make provision for intersex children. But this intent is not carried out to completion in the rest of the bill, as the bill lacked any substantive provisions on intersex children. And to cure this, Chair, the committee proposed substantive provisions in the body of the bill, such as this clause that seeks to express the rights of an intersex child.
I now propose a question that new clause 19A be now read a second time. The Honorable Miliodiam.
Chair, I wish to strongly support this new clause 19A. Chair, I know that sometime in the last few years, civil society organizations went to court, I think with the CREDO and the Kenya Human Rights or Kenya National Human Rights, I can't remember, in the case of Baby X, and which the court actually then asked us to legislate around the issue of intersex children, and because it creates a lot of discrimination and mistreatment. So I want to just congratulate the committee for thinking about intersex children.
Honorable members, I now propose the question. I now put the question that new clause 19A be now read a second time. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that propose the question that new clause 19A be part of the bill. And I now put the question that new clause 19A be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
New clause 35A.
Mover, move second reading of new clause 35A.
Chair, I move that new clause 35A be now read a second time. And justification is that this clause seeks to provide for appointment of the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that new clause 35A be now read a second time. I now put the question that new clause 35A be now read a second time. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 35A be part of the bill. I now put the question that new clause 35A be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 35B.
Mover.
I move that new clause 35B be now read a second time. Chair, this clause seeks to provide for clear functions of the Secretary of Children's Services.
I propose the question that new clause 35B be now read a second time. The Honorable Dwal Adhiambo, you have something to say to this?
Chair, just some clarification, Chair. If With regards to the Office of the Secretary and the amendment that is clarifying the responsibility, so to speak, Chair, I wanted to seek clarification from the committee how this is connecting, Chair, because the Office of the Director already had very clear regulations and duties. So it seemed that if we dropped the Office of the Director and incorporated in the Office of the Secretary for Children Affairs, so it would need some degree of clarification so that we do not have confusion and overlap. So, Chair, if I could just get some clarification with regards to this.
Just hold on. The Honorable Koske, just hold on, so that you clear up all this. Let the Honorable Millie Odhiambo go first.
Chair, I know we've had some consultations with the committee, but unfortunately I didn't have the opportunity to consult with them actually in relation to the issue of structure. The children's sector has actually been facing a lot of challenges in terms of conflict of laws and all that. So what I can see is that they're trying to bring some harmonization. Perhaps even as he's responding, maybe he could just give an overview in his view what is the hierarchy in terms, because you apparently you're removing the director. What are the transitional arrangements for the current director? And what are the kind of sort of hierarchical arrangements that you are considering? It will be good to know, and I hope actually that the stakeholders are in agreement with this, so that they do not say that Parliament went beyond what they recommended, so that we don't create a crisis again outside. So I'm just hoping that you have consulted with the stakeholders on. I'm not opposing, because unfortunately I don't have the benefit of having sat with the committee when they were doing the public participation, but it would be good to be informed, because I know Honorable Professor Jacqueline Oduol here was Secretary of Children Affairs. I've been in the children's sector. Whenever there's an issue, they will come back to us asking, where were you when this was happening? So I'm just hoping, since I was not part of the public participation, that you took that into account, and that it will make the sector better and reduce the conflict. Thank you.
The Honorable Koske Kimutai, member for Chipalungu.
Honorable Chair, I wish to inform Professor and honorable members here that the title director has changed to secretary. Nothing else has changed. The roles, tasks which they have been doing, they are the same. It's just like we used to have vice president and now we have deputy president. So it's just the title which has changed. We were informed by them that from director going forward, they are calling secretary. We were informed by them. That is the Ministry of Labor.
I don't know whether it satisfies the former holder of that directorate, the Honorable Professor. Yes, yes.
As much as I do indeed appreciate the effort to ensure that we manage and harmonize the kind of conflicts that arose in the children's sector because of the different offices, Chair, it is really not accurate to indicate that the only function that we'd be doing is replacing the title. Because, Chair, indeed, as the Honorable Millie indicated, I served as Secretary for Children, and as I did that, there was already and still was a clear director. So it would be important, Chair, for us, as we do indeed seek to harmonize, because there were areas where there would be conflict, that we do not seek to mislead by saying that all we've done is change the title. Because if that is all we do, Chair, then we would be creating more problems than in fact we sought to solve.
The Honorable Koske.
Through the chair, as we are talking now, there is no director. It is secretary. It is head of director of the secretary. So it's called the secretary.
Then allow me then to propose the question that new clause 35A be now read a second time. B, let me just have a retake on that. I propose the question that new clause 35B be now read a second time. And now put the question that new clause 35B be now read a second time. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I propose the question then that new clause 35B be part of the bill. And now put the question that new clause 35B be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I think we will now move to report progress because of time.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Children's Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2021, up to new clause 35B, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again.
Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Children's Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2021, up to new clause 35B, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seeks leave to sit again. Will as many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many of our contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
We are going back to the House.
Honorable members, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the Honorable Koske.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House considered the Children's Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2021, up to new clause 35B, and approve the same with amendments and seeks leave to sit again.
The mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request the Honorable Millie Odhiambo to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
The Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
I second.
Honorable members, I propose a question which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I also direct that the next step in that regard be undertaken when this matter will be set down on the order paper next time. Honorable members, I also want to just thank those members who have taken time to do what we have done this afternoon. It satisfies the soul that those young ones that are most vulnerable, that cannot speak for themselves, can find time within our busy schedules to be of importance today. Thank you very much. Honorable members. And the time being 7:02 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Wednesday, the 18th May 2022 at 9:30 a.m.